If you've ever wondered why your child seems so desperate to hold onto their iPad, or why they have such intense reactions when screen time ends, you're about to discover something that might surprise you. Yes, screens are designed to be addictive, but there's something much deeper happening here. Your child isn't just craving entertainment or stimulation. They're using screens to meet fundamental emotional needs that every human being has. Understanding these hidden emotional drivers is the key to helping your child develop a healthier relationship with technology. When you address the underlying emotional needs that screens are fulfilling, reducing screen time becomes so much easier because you're not fighting against your child's deepest needs. You're helping them meet those needs in healthier ways. The first emotional need that screens meet is the need for control. Think about it from your child's perspective. In most areas of their life, adults make the decisions. When to eat, when to sleep, what to wear, where to go. But when your 4-year-old holds that tablet, they have complete control over their experience. They can choose what to watch, when to pause, what game to play next. This sense of agency feels incredible to a developing mind that rarely gets to be in charge. This is why taking screens away can feel so threatening to children. You're not just removing entertainment, you're removing one of the few areas where they feel truly empowered. The tantrums aren't just about missing their favorite show. They're about losing control and feeling powerless again. The second emotional need is escape from overwhelming feelings. Young children experience big emotions but don't have the skills to process them yet. When your 6-year-old feels frustrated about a difficult day at school, or your 3-year-old feels overwhelmed by a change in routine, screens offer immediate relief. The bright colors, engaging sounds, and predictable rewards help their nervous system calm down quickly. Screens become their go-to coping mechanism because they work so reliably. Every time your child feels uncomfortable, bored, sad, frustrated, anxious, screens provide instant comfort. Over time, this creates a pattern where your child's brain learns to avoid difficult emotions rather than learning to work through them. The third hidden need is connection, though this might seem counterintuitive since screens often isolate children. But many kids use screens as a way to feel connected to something bigger than themselves. They develop relationships with characters, they feel part of online communities, or they share interests with friends through games and videos. For children who struggle socially or feel different from their peers, screens can provide a sense of belonging they're not finding elsewhere. Here's your actionable insight. Instead of just removing screens, create what I call emotional replacement strategies for each of these needs. For the need for control, give your child meaningful choices in other areas of their day. Let them choose between 2 healthy snacks, pick which book to read at bedtime, or decide the order of their morning routine. The key is offering real choices that matter to them, not fake choices like, do you want to brush your teeth now or in 2 minutes? For the need to escape overwhelming feelings, teach your child simple emotional regulation techniques. Create a calm down kit, together with items that soothe their nervous system. Stress balls, fidget toys, soft blankets, or even a small bottle of bubbles to encourage deep breathing. Practice using these tools when your child is already calm, so they're available when emotions get big. For the connection need, prioritize one-on-one time where your child has your full attention. This doesn't have to be elaborate. Even 10 minutes of focused play where you follow their lead can create the connection they're craving. Also, help them build real-world social connections through playdates, activities, or community groups where they can find their tribe. There's a fourth emotional need that many parents miss, the need for predictable comfort. Young children's worlds can feel chaotic and unpredictable. Screens offer a reliable source of comfort that's always available. Your child knows that their favorite video will make them feel better, or that their preferred game will provide familiar challenges and rewards. This is why bedtime and transitions are often when children crave screens most intensely. These are naturally anxious times when they need extra comfort and predictability. Instead of fighting this need, create alternative sources of predictable comfort. Maybe it's a special stuffed animal that only comes out during difficult transitions, or a consistent bedtime routine that provides the same calming experience every night. The fifth hidden need is sensory regulation. Many children who seem addicted to screens are actually seeking specific sensory input that helps their nervous system feel organized. The visual stimulation, the sounds, even the physical act of swiping and tapping can provide sensory input that some children crave. If your child seems to need constant stimulation, consider that they might have sensory processing differences. Provide alternative ways to meet these sensory needs. Textured toys, movement activities, music, or even simple things like playing with different fabrics or materials. Understanding these emotional needs doesn't mean giving in to unlimited screen time. It means recognizing that your child's attachment to screens makes perfect sense when you see what those screens are providing. They're not being difficult or defiant. They're trying to meet legitimate emotional needs in the only way they know how. When you start addressing these underlying needs through other means, something beautiful happens. Your child becomes less desperate for screens because they're getting what they really need through healthier channels. The control they get from choosing their own activities, the emotional regulation they learn through coping strategies, the connection they feel through quality time with you. These meet the same needs that screens were fulfilling, but in ways that actually build their resilience and emotional intelligence. This approach takes patience because you're not just changing behavior. You're helping your child develop new neural pathways for meeting their emotional needs. But the results are so much more lasting than simply restricting access to devices. Remember, behind every child who clings to screens is a child trying to meet fundamental human needs for control, comfort, connection, and regulation. When you honor these needs while providing healthier alternatives, reducing screen time becomes a collaborative process rather than a battle. Click the link or check my bio to discover an ebook that can give you all the skills that you need to stop your child's screen addiction.